What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos, so welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table.
Hey.
Yes, we have a jam-packed episode today, so I ain't gonna waste any time. I'm joined by the regular staple guests here of Take It to the Table. To my right, I have none other than Randy Prizzle. Welcome back to the show, Randy.
Thank you for having me. I mean, I have to speak up because I know my voice is, quite low at tone. So I'm going to try and elevate it now so everybody can hear me properly.
Booming now. Flipping out. Goddamn. Alright, cool. And over to my left is none other than Mr. Rymz. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Rymz.
Yeah, I'm always going to be here. Only one time they need me. I will be here. Going out.
But and last but not least, to my further left, please give it up for Ridez.
We are back, like King of the Ring.
A very good King of the Ring, by the way. We get into that as well. So, like I said, we have a jam-packed episode today. So we're going to be talking about draft picks as well, our top 5 draft picks. Mm-hmm. That's coming up as well, and we're going to be talking about Roman Reigns. You'll find out why. Stick around for that. And also the announcement that's of AEW. They've announced a new video game. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be talking about that as well. But without further ado, let's take it to the table. We are back, and obviously Randy has done a quick transformation. He is currently being sponsored by Take It to the Table, as you can see. I don't know what the fuck. That's fair enough. But anyway, have you seen the Chronicles, by the way?
Not yet. I've seen the thumbnail. I haven't.
Yeah. She does go detail into about that situation and stuff.
And you don't believe it?
From a real life perspective, because that Chronicles is so weird.
I know
they mix kayfabe and real life in the same show. Yeah, it's just weird, man.
Oh yeah, it is weird. I think there is. Ever since you told me about Charlotte's one, where she just cries every 5 minutes,
that is. If it's not the worst one I've seen, the second one. She literally cries for the whole episode.
Yeah.
The only other one that I thought was bad was Shinsuke, because I literally couldn't understand it.
Oh yeah, I agree with that one.
Here's my thing with Chronicle. There was it was after one of the shows or one of the pay-per-views or something like that, and then it was Paige's Chronicle, right? Mm-hmm. So I watched Paige's one, and I'm like, okay, then so because they're gonna talk about her neck and stuff like that, and then they literally show you the footage where she had the accident, and then they're talking about it. She's talking about Big Year, and it was real. So I was like, okay, then so I can dig the Chronicle, I can do all of that. And then it was like after the Royal Rumble, they were hyping that, okay, then so it's the Royal Rumble, and then it's gonna be not Royal Rumble. What's the Fastlane?
Sure.
What was the one before WrestleMania? Was it Fastlane?
Yeah, it's Fastlane. Yeah.
After Fastlane, they were like, oh, they're gonna play Charlotte's Chronicle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then I'm well, okay, then so let's watch Charlotte's one and see what it is. And then it was in her one. It was like, when I lost the Royal Rumble, I didn't know what was going to come next, and then she's there like crying. She's visiting her brother's grave and stuff, and it's like, hold on, you knew you weren't going to win the Rumble, like, you knew, and you knew, you may not have known where you as your character was going to go, but you knew you weren't going to lose, you weren't going to win.
And it's not even that she's saying, I'm upset that they didn't book me to win. She's actually talking as Charlotte. Yeah, like, I'm sad I got eliminated.
Like, and she's talking like in character. She's a bit like, so I kind of got tuned out by that Chronicle straight away because I was like, I don't care for this one. But then you watch Sasha Banks' one. Even in that one, she's like, she addresses herself as her name. Yeah. So she's like, she hadn't heard her name in so long, and then she was just kind of being. Mercedes been something like that.
That's very real.
Yeah.
It's like taboo, like when you say this is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque, like that's real, man. Okay, carry on.
But then she went all in with that, and then she was talking about like, okay, basically, do you want me to say it or would you rather watch it?
Is it that deep, or would you recommend I watch it?
I would think you watch it.
Yeah, I would recommend you watch it. But it's also, it still does.
We won't talk about it.
Yeah, we won't talk about it. It does have that blur thing. But like I said, like she does go like at times like Charlotte emotional. That's what annoyed me.
Annoyed?
Huh?
You have to feel it. Like,
did you feel Charlotte's one?
Well, no, because Charlotte's one was kayfabe. Women. Women.
That's what it is.
Charlotte's one wasn't real. Like at least because I felt Paige's one.
There was real aspects in Charlotte's one.
Yeah,
and then she started talking about how Ronda Rousey was breaking kayfabe. That's real. Like you didn't break the fourth wall and obliterate it. Like it's just, I don't know.
It's kind of the same with this one as well, but I still say it wasn't as Charlotte bad, but it's still good. It's watchable. I would recommend seeing Charlotte.
It's a good 45 minutes.
Side note: the best Chronicles is Samoa Joe's. Go and watch that one.
Paige, watch that one.
Okay, I've seen Paige. I haven't seen Samoa
Paige.
Joe's.
We knew what the story was gonna be, man.
Her neck,
literally knew the ending.
Oh my god!
I think they pushed Ambrose's one as the best one because that was the longest one, but it was just Ambrose is a very awkward guy.
He is a very awkward dude.
Samoa Joe's one was cool because I thought like, I'm following this guy where he's going and he's sitting down, he's eating. Like, I felt Samoan. Like, Mustafa Ali's or just Ali. It was cool. I didn't finish it.
I haven't seen that one.
For good reason.
Oh, fair enough.
It was cool. There's like a lot of interesting stuff about like Islam, and he wanted to be a police officer and stuff.
Yeah.
It was too
boring.
You kind of forget your wrestling. Like, what is this?
Since we don't see Roman Reigns being shoved down our throats as much or constantly in the title picture, do you guys think that he is still regarded? Do you see him still being called the face of the company?
No, I think he's still on the basis where he's part-term. Like they have him there for like, if it's games and things like that, sure. But if it's like stuff where it comes to, like say on Becky Lynch's level or on like Seth Rollins, no. I think he's just probably in the category below them. Because obviously they're the two that's obviously the face, then they're plastered everywhere. But he's like the sub. Like if they can't do it, then they're gonna get hit. But I don't think he's in that main sort of.
Do you feel that's like that's pretty much technically demotion then?
Yeah, I think he technically has. But
I don't even think it would be like a demotion. I feel like with Reigns, there's always gonna be that there's something missing, that he's never gonna really be like what John Cena was, what The Rock was. What Stone Cold was like that. You're just never gonna get that from Roman Reigns. But in the same breath, it's like I can't see him as being like up there, I guess, because the way Roman Reigns is kind of written or the way that he's portrayed is that he's meant to be like this juggernaut. Like he doesn't lose, and he's always like meant to overcome all these odds and stuff. But yet when you look at his return since his health issues and stuff, the man has lost like 2 matches, and it's to the likes of Shane McMahon and Eric Rowan. So it's a bit like those 2 names alone on paper. Why the hell has Roman Reigns lost to those people? And it's not even to say that they were fair enough. Yeah, there's politics in those matches, but it's still a notch against him. It's like when John Cena was the face of, or when The Rock was the face of. It's like if they were going to lose matches, it was matches with purpose. Or against people who are still big stars at the time. They're just not the face. So how you can have Roman Reigns or consider him as the face of your company, but you've made him lose to Shane McMahon, who's not even a wrestler, and you lose to Eric.
the best in the world.
and then he loses to Eric Rowan, who is you're trying to make him be credible, but again he lost to The Rock in 6 seconds. So how can it just no?
Again, it's awful booking, awful booking, and just the way this is marketed him, like the way I think it's just I guess it's hard to come back from how they marketed him beforehand, being always like trying to be that, I guess not the underdog, but I mean
he was the dog, right? Like,
he's meant to be the dog, but yes, you lose to like constantly to Lesnar, and just times where you're supposed to win, you don't, and they just don't. I think that's what it is. Just because of we got burnt in the past, and when they tried to obviously make up for it by shoving him down our throats, we're just sick and tired of him. So because like he got a wicked reception when he came back after his health issues, like you said, but then ever since it's just been in very meh type storylines, really.
But then that could be. That's only because he's being used in storylines that just no one cares about. Because I'm not gonna like Roman Reigns. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of Roman Reigns, but he's a draw for me. Like legit, like if I hear that he's gonna be in a match or that he's got potential storylines or something, it's like, okay, I'll give it a shot and see where we're gonna go. But it's like with certain people, I just don't care for it. So it's like when it was him and Drew McIntyre, it was like, okay, so I pretty much know they won't let Drew McIntyre beat him. But I was intrigued to see where the storyline was gonna go, but the storyline went nowhere. So I'm a bit like, so I don't care for this match. And then
None of his storylines went nowhere. Him,
and then
Elias.
and then okay, with him and Elias, it's just that wasn't even that match didn't even happen, didn't it? Money Bank didn't happen. He got attacked backstage, right? Like it was meant to be the match.
There was one random pay-per-view, and then like the match still happened. I think Elias was doing the performance, and then eventually he came out and and he speared him. He ended up being a match,
right? Yeah,
but it wasn't a match though because because he got attacked backstage. That's the whole thing. It wasn't a match. It was like a segment kind of thing. Coming from.
No, I think it was a match, wasn't it? I can't remember anyway. Yeah, but yeah. Either way, it was
and then what's it called? And then with him and Shane at. Was it the great big? What was the Saudi Arabia pay per view last?
Super Showdown.
Oh right, yeah. So when he was on that one, and it's like you're having the match for the purpose of story as opposed to putting on a show for the Saudi people, because I don't really think that anyone really wanted or cared that Shane won.
Only they did because they love nostalgia over there so much. It's ridiculous.
But no, even when you listen to the crowd and so when you watch that match back, it's like it served fair enough. It served the purpose for Shane to win that match because it just elevated his disparity.
Yeah.
But then it did nothing for Roman.
No,
it didn't necessarily hurt him, but it did nothing for him. And then it's like, okay, so after that, what's he really done since? And then after that, it's when they going on this storyline now. So after Showdown, how many weeks have there been since then?
Yeah.
So after Showdown, he did what? What was he doing at SummerSlam?
He wasn't on the paper. He wasn't on the card. Yeah,
then,
he wasn't on the card.
And then we had seen SummerSlam as champions. Okay, and so so I think Showdown there was probably another pay-per-view in there somewhere and stuff. But then so Roman has
Stomping Grounds.
What was he on that one? Oh, wasn't he teaming with The Undertaker? Sorry.
Yes.
So again, that match is just what to be careful of in this match. It doesn't mean anything, and again, you've just undone the legacy of Roman Reigns and Undertaker by making them team up, and it's just like whatever. Yeah. And then you've got
nothing came after that as well.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
So then it's like you're just never gonna kind of get him to be what you want. I think the perfect opportunity to make him that was when we cared for him, which is just when we wanted him to when we didn't want Batista to win the Rumble.
Yes.
So we didn't want Batista to win. Everyone was completely on Roman Reigns. I think if they would have pulled the trigger then there was potential for Roman to actually grow. But then when they want to use Roman, by this point we were so turned off from him. Yeah. That it was just like
booed. Look. Yeah. From the time you get booed when you're standing next to The Rock, something's wrong. Right. And The Rock is actually looking like, oh crap. Who am I standing next to? You know what I mean? So you're right. I don't think he's gonna probably get that from you. You look like you're thinking like hard there. What, you got anything to add to that? Or no?
Do you know what? I actually I'm thinking a lot about it, but I don't know what. To be honest, remember what I was saying about Becky Lynch about how I was asking, is she gonna come down big? And then you said something along the lines of her and other certain names are just always gonna be big, even if they actually are positioned lower on the card. I feel that relates. I disagreed that well, I didn't disagree. I just questioned whether that would be the case for Becky going forward. We can't tell the future, but I think that is true for Roman Reigns. And the reason why is because you even go back to the days of Austin and The Rock and stuff. There were times where Rock was not in the main event, but he was always a main event star. Even if he was in the middle of the card feuding with Road Dogg or whatever, he was The Rock. Same with Stone Cold. Even to a more recent extent, John Cena.
Yes.
Right? You're still John Cena. And I think the thing what we need to remember to do is not question about Roman's status in regards to how we perceive it. Because if we're looking at how we perceive it, of course he's not going to be a face of the company. First of all, we don't want him to be face of the company. Second
I'm not upset if he was. I just don't feel like he will be.
Yeah, but because we're looking at it like the Roman Reigns plan isn't working. But in reality, it's working. We're just not accepting it. Because in the sense of he's not getting cheered, he's getting booed, or at least was getting booed and blah, blah, blah. People are sick of him and people are thinking, this person who deserves a push is getting beaten by Roman Reigns. Yes, that's true from our perspective. But from a company standpoint, he's He's the face of the company. He's still like, we want you to like Roman Reigns. He's the top of the card. He there's a few things, right? When he returned, he came back at a very awkward time. So when you were talking about what's he done since he's come back, it's very awkward because when he came back, he was infused in this last run of the Shield thing.
Yes.
So it wasn't really the Roman show. It was the big story was Dean leaving.
Yes.
So that kind of overshadowed things, yeah. And him coming back from cancer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really about Roman Reigns, the superstar. Then it was the whole Drew McIntyre thing. Yeah, they dropped the ball on that in regards to Drew McIntyre. Maybe it was too soon, too early. I don't know. But it was just kind of. I think that was more of the first Drew McIntyre loss was purely because it was Roman's comeback.
Yeah.
And I'll give that to him.
Yeah.
That's fine. The second time he lost, I don't know. That's debatable. With Shane McMahon, you were saying that him losing to Shane and Rowan is like, what does that do for Roman and they're like terrible names to lose to on paper? Absolutely right. But Shane is one of the biggest heels on the show. So forget about the fact that he's not a wrestler and he's an old man or whatever. In terms of character, he's an important person, no matter how much we hate him. So him losing to, he could beat anyone. Like, he should be the invincible heel that we hate that has lost. Rowan, the reason why I can't speak on Rowan is because we don't know where they're going with this. Rowan might get this monster push. I don't have high hopes for that based on their track record. But I would like to believe that him beating Rowan would logically mean a push. Realistically, it's just probably going to be the Bludgeon Brothers versus him and Daniel Bryan.
It is.
It's literally
Yeah, probably. But I don't know.
But that's what's happening.
It is happening.
I just don't think it's hurt him. I think he's at a comfortable position now where, right, let's put the focus on Kofi and Seth and stuff, but Roman's still our guy. But he's there. I don't think it's hurt him to the point. I mean, I think at the end of the day, Roman is still the locker room guy. Which is why when he was feuding with Shane, did you notice, it was always the main thing on SmackDown.
Yeah, of course.
It ended the show. It was the stupidest storyline on the show, but it was the main event, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not so much with what's... Even to an extent with what's going on now. I mean, when it first started, it was the main.
It was the last segment.
It was just so dead that you couldn't really accept it. But it was how the show ended.
Of course.
I've always felt if the show ends on.
But I think I think maybe when you say that, I think it's because of obviously because of the quality of the storylines that he's in doesn't make you think that he's the face of the company. Yeah.
That and the fact, and again, you can tell me what you guys think of this, and the fact, and I'm not even saying this as I stand by because I'm actually against it, but it's also probably the fact that it's SmackDown. If everything that Roman was going through was predominantly Raw, I think we'd perceive it differently. I think SmackDown is still like, in terms of how the WWE is.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You know,
still
that could change going into Fox.
That is the aim.
But right now, it's still like...
It's to the point where they're saying they're going to be two distinctive shows separately.
Because you got to think, it's what I said earlier. You could be the very top of SmackDown, the top feud, top storyline, whatever, on a company that now is doing brand pay-per-views that involve both shows. You're gonna still be playing second fiddle to whatever Seth Rollins or the Universal Champion is doing. Yeah. Whereas if it was the other way around, Roman Reigns would be the top.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. If you put Roman Reigns back on Raw, instant top guy again.
You're right.
But when you say like you feel like he's the face, I think I'm more just kind of thinking of, again, it's a different time and it's hard to say because I remember even when John Cena wasn't quite in the face of the company and stuff, he would still do a lot of stuff outside of WWE and you knew him from WWE. You know what I mean? So you knew John Cena's name from WWE, you knew The Rock's name from WWE, Stone Cold from WWE. So when you see them elsewhere, the reason why you say that they are like the face of the company is because it's like, that name and that legacy, you know it comes from WWE. It's like now, I can't even kind of put someone who I can say is the face of the company. Like if I was like, oh, there's a talk show going on and let's invite this WWE superstar, I can't think of someone that is universally.
I was just about to say, it's usually the mid-carders that usually do it. The Miz.
No, but someone who's universally kind of accepted.
No, I get what both of you are saying. Miz is right. Miz, you're right in terms of the media guy, the Miz. But then he's trying to say on a point where someone on the other side of England who doesn't even watch WWE still knows. If someone in Scotland saw the Miz, they probably wouldn't know who it is. Right. But if they saw The Rock, even if they've never watched him, they know.
And they're saying, so John Cena, when you say that he was the face, it was more because of he just had more appeal. People who didn't even watch wrestling or don't really know, they know, oh, John Cena, isn't he a wrestler?
So do you not think Roman Reigns has that?
No.
I don't think people like even recognize who he was in Hobbs and Shaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like,
Unless you watch WWE.
Yeah, because I went to the cinema as well, and I sat in there, and then they were showing the trailer and everything. And
You were waiting for
something
boobs, innit?
I heard, yeah.
Everyone join me.
I didn't hear anything. I suddenly did boo that I was over there. Like, no one made any sound. No one made nothing. They were making sounds for The Rock when The Rock was there. But when Roman Reigns came, people like I heard some people in the back saying, "Who's this guy?" You know what I mean? They were saying that to
Silent Bob.
Really?
That
You
guy-
actually?
I heard a few people that were saying
That's
that.
funny. That's actually that would never happen with the Rock.
Yeah.
So I get your point.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Funnily enough,
some women in the back will say, "Oh, he's cute." Now that's all they were
Chatting
saying.
rubbish,
You know?
yeah.
No, trust me, some of them were. But, yeah.
the ironic thing is, I think that if there is someone or someone close to that, it would probably actually be Becky Lynch.
Yeah, but
They get there.
Right
so
now,
far she's on magazines and stuff.
Yeah, right now the funny thing is that right now in terms of anything to do with wrestling, when I will mention it to my friends or people and whatnot, a lot of people more know the women than they do the men.
Yeah.
So like, but then a lot
Oh,
of that,
Ronda Rousey, maybe. Yeah.
a lot of that comes from
Yes.
it is from Ronda Rousey, it is from the Bella Twins. We discussed that already, and whatnot, and their branding and stuff. There is a lot of people who know who like Mandy Rose is because of the fitness and stuff.
Character, yeah.
It's funny that Lesnar doesn't have that weight. When you are a non-wrestling fan and you see Lesnar, you probably think UFC
Yeah.
before WWE.
I mean,
But
I think he still comes with it, but he still was never the face.
That's what I'm saying. And plus, he hates
doesn't
that
care.
shit. He just was in the front of my like he hates the public.
Yeah.
He hates being in the public eye. Like he will beat people down, no question. But for business. But yeah, he was never like even in UFC, he hated conferences. He hates that's just not him.
Yeah, I guess like you said, they depend on the mid-carders for relevant media and veterans. So you see Shawn Michaels, you see The Undertaker, yes, but in terms of today's main event guys, in
but
that sense, I think I do agree that there's no face. Right?
Yeah, because it's like there is no one that you can kind of be like, okay, then so this night we're just gonna promote WWE for whatever reason. Just put someone on a talk show, but someone who is like universally accepted from everyone. So everyone who's just someone that everyone knows and whatnot.
Maybe in a bit it could be.
So like, even if you just had this one person doing promo in each country on a daytime TV show or whatever, and everyone would know who that one person is or know at least the reference of where that one person comes from. It's like John Cena had that appeal, even to an extent Nikki Bella had that appeal. But then that's just their branding outside of it, and then whatnot. Ronda Rousey, her appeal is more UFC, but again, she's still a WWE draw. And then it's like now you look at the kind of the card where they are now. Becky Lynch is on there because she's doing a lot of promo and stuff, and she's getting her name up there.
Name of 2K, all of that. Yeah.
But then it's like with Roman Reigns, it's like if he goes on the show, do people like universally know that he is a wrestler? Like, oh, this is Roman Reigns, he wrestles for WWE kind of thing. But does he need to have that introduction? Or can they just say Roman Reigns and you know who that is?
The first few weeks even before, just the first few weeks before the title win and the first few weeks after the title win, it looked like they were trying to do that with Kofi because he was everywhere.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was on radio stations. Yes. He was on mainstream TV. But yeah,
I wouldn't say he was the face though.
No.
Just,
but they tried. They tried because obviously with the storyline behind it and stuff. But
that's a really interesting point. Now I'm really thinking. I mean, I want to say that maybe they could do it with Seth. But if they just threw Seth out there now into the world, I don't think no.
I mean, they're slowly trying to do it, but it's not just with him. They're doing it with Becky. Because like I said, they're doing it with the Muscle Fitness magazine. They're doing. I think they're at the ESPYs. Like so, they're trying to do, but not by himself. They're trying to because they're the new power couple. They're the new John Cena and Nikki Bella.
So interesting though, man. Especially what you said about Hobbs and Shaw, because I would have thought you would watch Hobbs and Shaw and go, oh, that's the WWE guy. And you don't.
No.
Doesn't that mean, if we think that, doesn't that mean he never was the face? It's not that, because originally you asked the question kind of with the implication that he was, and has he now lost it?
Yeah.
But then
I thought he was originally, because like I said, because anytime that you see someone that's constantly being pushed for the title, you technically are like they're putting you as the guy.
Well, that's what I said originally, but then he brought up the point about outside WWE.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I didn't really think about the outside part. I'm just thinking of when you're the face of the company. I mean, as in just for them.
Top
like,
character.
yeah. I know. Obviously, if you're lucky to have that also massive appeal to people outside, like John Cena or The Rock. That's even that to me. That's an added bonus. But if you're like,
But
with Reigns, like if you're just the face for the company, just like
so if we're just talking about wrestling,
selling merch, all that kind of stuff,
then I would definitely say Roman Reigns is probably the face.
Yeah, I think he's
So like any wrestling fan who, even if they don't watch the WWE and stuff, and you say Roman Reigns, they're not.
That's what I'm saying.
In that sense, I think he was the face, and I don't think his time off or his positioning now has made him lose that. I think he's still very much the top guy.
I think it's just obviously the storylines has been put in.
In your perspective, what you're saying about outside, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think
there isn't anyone for WWE right now.
Yeah, definitely not.
And that really intrigues me. I've never thought about it before. That's really intriguing. There's so much potential though.
There is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It just depends on if they see it or not. Yeah. What's up with Ric Flair? Have you heard about what's going on backstage?
He's trying to trademark the phrase "the man,"
and he's actually taking them to court. And
man. A guy that has been put on the pedestal for the past 100 years, and all of a sudden he's upset. But then he says, "I'm not upset, but principle." But then shows up on SmackDown. I haven't seen it, but apparently he was there.
Yes. Yeah. And he's confirmed to be on Miz TV on the season premiere next week on Raw. Him and
maybe it's all a work. Maybe it's all a work to get eyes on that Miz TV segment. I wouldn't even put it past them. It's a Fox premiere. Why is he on Miz TV? Tell me one reason. Tell me one legit reason why he's on Miz TV. Storyline wise.
Just making sense. What was awkward?
Unless Batisha's gonna come on and get it. Give me all I want. And assault him.
No. Did you hear the crowd reaction when Miz announced that Hulk Hogan was gonna be on Miz TV?
Oh God.
Jeez.
What? When is Hulk gonna be on Miz TV?
Both of them
Ric Flair on Hulk Hogan is gonna be on Miz TV.
Why?
Exactly. But
yo,
point.
Listen,
but as soon as
every time I've seen this guy in the last few years, it's been hella awkward. Even when he came back to mourn, what's his name that passed away, it was still awkward.
It was so awkward. But the thing was, as soon as Miz said Gene Oakley, yes, that was it, yeah. As soon as Miz said, like, I'm gonna have the biggest Miz TV next week. My first guest is gonna be Hulk Hogan. Everyone booed. Everyone booed. And then when he said Ric Flair, and it was just like, oh, okay, I don't mind seeing Ric Flair. Yeah, it's fine. But it was so mad. People have not gotten over that.
I'd rather see Austin on this TV.
Okay, so what actually so other than kind of my personal reservations about Hulk Hogan, why did everyone turn on him?
I think everyone's reservations is your personal reservation. What, for the camera, what was your personal reservation?
No.
So you've answered the question without answering the question. That's enough.
You all saw the Hall of Fame and how the New Day were acting for Hulk Hogan when he was talking, right? So we good.
Yes.
Did they do stuff on camera?
So we good. That's my own personal reservation for Hulk Hogan, but I didn't realize that was a collective thing.
Listen,
he was still at WrestleMania. He still got a pop. So
no. I was there.
It was dry. It was awkward for Alexa Bliss. Heyman came out, and then it was
really because on the thing it sounded like he got a pop on.
No, they instantly edited that. Like, I'm sure I got the footage. I'll show you when Hulk Hogan came out of nowhere. Even my section was just like, what the fuck is this guy doing here?
The biggest pop was when Heyman walked past him.
And apparently he didn't know that was happening. So,
no one rates him.
Hogan. I just see Miz. And I hate this because Miz is so good, but I just see him like really baby facing up and doing the whole thing, and then he's gonna start doing the leg drop all of a sudden in this like, it's just
that's his gimmick.
That's literally how Ric Flair gave him the thing. He was on this TV. Like,
it's gonna be man.
I miss as much as I don't hate the Miz now, but I miss
the heel Miz.
No, but not recent heel Miz. Recent heel Miz has been good. It's been great with the Intercontinental Championship, and even going back to when he was doing that stupid stuff with the stunt double and stuff.
Oh,
but the real heel Miz, like Alex Riley days when he won the championship.
Okay, fair enough.
Bring that guy back. That was awesome.
With Alex Riley.
I'm joking. God, that guy's a teacher now, eh? Or something.
What?
He's not wrestling anymore. He's done, man.
Oh no.
Next up, also by the way, in a few short minutes, you're gonna probably see plates of pizza in a minute. For the first time ever, we're gonna be eating on this show. So
mukbang episode.
yeah, definitely, yeah, because I am starving. So yeah, I ain't gonna start for you motherfuckers. Anyway. Love you really. Anyway, so yeah, we're now gonna be talking about in the next couple of weeks. Well, not next week when it's the season
October
premiere.
11th.
October 11th. Thank you very much, Rhymes. That they're gonna start doing they're bringing back the Superstar Draft. And they're gonna spacing out between 2 weeks.
Yes, it will start on SmackDown and then it will end on Raw.
It will end on Raw, yeah. So yeah, my question to you guys are, what would be your top 5 picks that you would like to see switch from Raw to SmackDown or vice versa? Which would be what would be your logical choices that would make sense? Because right now, I'm still trying to think who's on who. Ever since that wild card thing jumbled everything up, like, you know, it was as if like Vince went to the MCU timeline and fucked everything up, and then everyone's everywhere. So,
well, here's the thing, big question, like with
like, I don't know, like
He's a free agent because right now everyone is a free agent.
It's not what they haven't said. Everyone's a free agent.
I just didn't want to waste a vote.
Technically, he's when you think about it, he's technically a wild card rule. And then after, I got a feeling after when the draft happens, they're gonna say, all right, he's officially a SmackDown superstar.
So you think he will still be drafted?
I think so. Unless he wins the title. But then again, you could still.
I think with champions rather than them. Okay, you guys go. Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
No, I mean, anyone goes for it. Like, what would be your first draft pick? Like, all right, let's go with you, Randy.
Off the top of my head, I mean, considering how I feel about how it's going right now for this person, Seth Rollins.
Oh,
Like, I just think
Seth Rollins to where though?
SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
yeah. NXT is not included by this. With this, it's gonna be just between Raw and SmackDown because I'm pretty sure you're gonna see some call ups with them, but because it's still classed as a call up, not a draft.
Right.
So that's why I'm not really counting NXT. It's still counted as a call up. So, but anyway, so it's between Raw and SmackDown. So you say Seth
Yeah.
to
Seth
SmackDown
to
with the
SmackDown.
title,
Potentially him lose it before he goes to SmackDown.
but he won't lose
That
it
would mean that
because.
he has to
Well,
lose it
then
within the
he
next 2
takes
weeks.
it then.
Well, actually, the match with Rey Mysterio is on this coming week. of Raw.
Oh yeah! Oh
Seth and
Shiza!
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Shiza!
Yeah. Sorry.
Yo!
Rey Mysterio won the Fatal 5-Way match.
He did. It wasn't Robert Roode.
Alright, no. I was just about to say. So we know when you said obviously technically Robert Roode should be the number 1 contender. That's when instead of putting him as the number 1 contender, they put him in this Fatal 5-Way elimination match, and then whoever wins that gets to be the number 1 contender. And then Robert Roode ended up being in between him and Ray. It was between him and Ray Ray won.
So Ray's got a title shot,
Yeah.
And this
but
coming
they're
week.
still advertising Bray and Seth.
Yeah. So it technically, if it doesn't include the title, they can easily make Ray win, and then it should be Seth and Bray, but without the title.
Which I would still be here for.
Or it will most likely be Bray version. If Ray
Well, no, because
Not
it
really,
was-
no.
because I get
That
the
would
impression
make
that it's
sense.
Bray competing for the title, not
No,
Bray trying to attack Seth.
No, I think he's trying to attack Seth.
No, it's right now it's just focusing on Seth because you can't just put all this effort to like torment Seth, and then all of a sudden you just
Unless
like
it's a triple threat. But Ray won't win anyway. There's no point talking about this. Like,
You never know that he's a
never
good
know.
person.
You never know.
it is on the season
It's-
premiere, and this
yeah.
is the big rebrand, and they got a new logo. Apparently, they're
but the
gonna have a
match
new
is gonna
set.
happen on SmackDown.
No,
It's gonna happen on Raw.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
season
Raw has
premiere.
got a new
Yes.
revamp.
You know, and
It was got a new logo.
That's what I'm saying. It's a season
Raw just
premiere.
get a new. Well, actually, that was 2016, isn't it? It's a few years now.
Yeah, and you know he's
Now and
dedicated the
again,
match to Dominic. So
Some of
he
y'all
has to win, or he looks like an idiot. So
this year.
that's
although-
true. That's true.
Yeah.
He has to win.
This
Oh, he looks
year-
like an idiot. You can't dedicate a match and not win. I mean, you just look foolish. So he has to win that match.
No, he's dedicated that fatal.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
saying, but
sorry.
I know how he's gonna do.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
probably dedicate his next one to him as well.
Yeah. But this season premiere stuff, especially on Raw, I've seen this. There's been numerous season premieres this year, but nothing really changes. I like it's really weird. But this one is the first time that I've officially seen like it's an actual. They got a new like it looked like a Chevrolet type of logo.
Yeah.
And apparently, they're gonna have a new stage. And so hoping again, it looks like we're gonna get 2 distinctive sets because SmackDown's gonna be this.
I mean, not
nostalgic.
honestly, you have distinctive sets now. It's just that they use the cross set a lot more. Because it used to be that Raw would have the long banner with the screens at the side, and then the swervy so they walk out like that, and it has a ramp.
Yes.
That's how Raw is, and then SmackDown is the dome at the bottom, the dome at the bottom, and then their screen kind of is a screen, but it goes inwards, and the screen's at the side. So
I feel like you have to really study that to know the difference. Like it's not that big.
I mean, it's not that obvious, no. But I mean, like it's not like how Raw and SmackDown was back in the day. But like you say, there is a different, like in little subtle ways. But now they're saying it's gonna be
fresh sets,
fresh.
Hopefully they change up the camera angles. When they started doing that with NXT, even the old NXT, they tried new different camera angles where they were panning and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's what they started doing a little bit when SmackDown. Yeah, when Shane took over SmackDown and whatnot. Yeah, they used to have little different panning sets. Yeah, like over the ring and stuff. Yeah, they did do it, and then all of a sudden they just nixed it. I don't know why. So yeah,
I'm happy they nixed the flipping words across the screen like it's Sesame Street. Hated that stuff. Child's program. Anyway, we're digressing.
Seth Rollins to SmackDown.
Yeah, so you're saying Seth Rollins to SmackDown. What about you?
Explain that. Like,
yeah.
As I said, I think like his Raw run has looked. As I said, I feel like Seth hasn't really got any major competition on Raw, so I'd like to see him on SmackDown. Just for the pure fact is that SmackDown has the better athletes, potentially could be the better show than Raw is. So for a superstar like Seth, I'd like to see him on SmackDown.
I can see some good feuds with him against Andrade.
Yep.
So we're saying that this is a draft. Just to clarify, if it's a draft, then that means that we're seeing it as everyone is a free agent. So whoever we say they're not on a show, we're just saying the top 5 that we want to see on each of the shows.
Yes.
Are we? Okay. Or are we not saying?
No,
because like, when you said Seth, you were like to where, but I was like, you'd only go to SmackDown.
Well, no, because if he's a free agent, which show do you want Seth on, Raw or SmackDown? Get it?
Yeah.
We see.
Are
we
they
know
free agents though?
Well, yeah, because if it's a draft, then essentially everyone's up in the air. If it's a superstar shake-up, then you're just blending the brands.
Fine. Agreed.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I forgot what Superstar Sake.
I was thinking Superstar Sake, but it's actually not.
It's actually a draft, so therefore everyone's up in the air. So it's like, so when you're saying you choose Seth Rollins, it's like, okay, to which brand? So you said SmackDown, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you, Mr. Rhymes?
I will be the one that chooses a female first. I want to see Sasha Banks on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
She's the only one of the 4 horsewomen that has only been on Raw. Even from when they first got called up.
Okay, yeah.
And whatnot, she's only been on Raw.
Makes sense with her hair as well.
She's had. It's not been about that.
I'm just saying.
It's that she's the only one that's always been on Raw, and that's just been like her kind of, I guess, base. And it would just be, if they're gonna literally kind of rebrand SmackDown and rebrand the shows to kind of be separate, it'll be interesting to see if she would go to SmackDown and that's the show that's more focused on the wrestling aspects and stuff. That would be interesting, and it's something different for her.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What about you, Ride?
I would say The Undertaker. No, I'm joking.
Everyone was about to say, what the fuck?
Undertaker, what?
Nah. I kind of touched on it earlier. I know we are still in the early stages, but I think bringing Fiend over to SmackDown will be very interesting. Mm-hmm. Just because of the star power and the fact that it's a revamp for SmackDown, and I'll allude to my further draft picks later, but like with potentially who could end up on SmackDown along with the Fiend, SmackDown could turn into a new show and maybe even be the show. You know, we could kind of have a trading of the main show, but yeah, I think it'll be cool to see the Fiend over on SmackDown.
Okay, fair enough.
And then yourself?
I would probably say Samoa Joe to SmackDown. Because
he's already on SmackDown.
No, he's actually
you can't say that after what you just said about free agent.
No, I'm saying because if you think of some to be fresh or whatever, it wasn't he already on SmackDown. That's what I said. Wasn't he already on SmackDown?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was in that random feud with Kofi.
He was SmackDown superstar.
No, he was a Raw superstar.
when he was feuding with
He's
Kofi.
Raw, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just really, it was only because of the superstar
he
shake.
was, he was a
SmackDown.
SmackDown superstar when he was feuding with AJ, right?
Yes.
And then he moved to Raw and drafted the
Okay.
superstar shaker, but then he just ended up being in the feud with Kofi.
Yes.
So just to solidify it, I think he's had more of a satisfying run on SmackDown than he has on Raw. So I think that would be, especially if they're meant to be the edgier product, he is like edginess is obviously that's him, and I think he would benefit from that kind of
At one point, SmackDown literally was the indie show because it had you had AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Robert Roode, sorry. You had like all the Shinsuke. You had like all the indie stars all on SmackDown at one point. And it was this is literally the indie show.
Yeah. Are you sure Samoa Joe is like the
It's
last place
technically-
he was at was Raw?
Yeah, he actually got moved over in the shake up.
Yes.
Okay.
Need to get moved up, and then I think wasn't that when it was like it was meant to be Andrade and Finn, and he swapped it back again, and then during that same week, because he was meant to debut, but he was ill or he was injured.
Yeah, and then that's why everyone
then
started squashing the week
I
following.
remember.
Yeah.
Do you know why I thought it was SmackDown? Because I remember him during the shake-up, he was on SmackDown, and Braun randomly showed up on SmackDown.
Yes.
And to me, it was like, rah, Braun and Samoa Joe are mixing it up, and they're on SmackDown. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. And then that never amounted to nothing. That was literally just to advertise the shake-up.
Yes. 110%.
Cool.
Fair enough. So second pick. What
You said Samoa Joe to
SmackDown.
If I really had my way, I'd like to see Bailey to unemployment line.
Unemployment line, good lord, that's not a draft pick.
But I'm going to skip on the top pick. I'd like to see Sonya Deville move to Raw.
I was thinking that. I need to see the list of superstars, man.
I want to see her on her own because I think she's better than Mandy Rose, but they keep putting her. They keep putting her
championship material.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to see her face.
We already
Ronda
have
Rousey.
someone like her, and that's Shayna Baszler.
I want to see
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I want to see her
Rousey.
face Ronda Rousey. I mean, that's the match I've been wanting to see for a long time.
So you did well Ronda Rousey.
Huh?
So you did well Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that's the match I want to see.
Yeah, I
You didn't get it for about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Tore her
they'll
arm
give it to us in a very bad way.
They
They won't give it to us the way they should.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, and I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Fair enough. What about you, Mr. Rhymes?
Okay, second pick. I'm gonna say I want. Okay, so if we say certain superstars, so like in this case you said Sonya Deville, so you want her to split.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna say certain superstars, but they're part of teams or part of anything, does that mean that they're all collective moves or?
Up to
Just
you.
specify, yes, because that's happened in the past. So just specify: are they moving as a team or are they splitting?
Yeah.
Before we continue, we're choosing 5 for Raw, 5 for SmackDown?
Yes.
Okay. 10 picks. Okay, so for my next pick, I would say that I would put Roman Reigns back on Raw.
Okay.
Only because I don't really watch Raw, and that way I can see him. So, you know, I'm not saying there's anything against him. Like I can respect.
Really?
I can respect like the character and all of that sort of stuff. It's just that I'm just not sold. I don't necessarily dislike him. I just don't really care for him. So it's like on the show that I don't really watch, which is Raw. Of the two, chuck him on Raw. I ain't gotta see him. I ain't gotta care. It is what it is.
Yo. a Roman Reigns fan, everybody. What about you, Ridez?
Brock Lesnar to SmackDown. For obvious reasons. Again, just kind of like what I said about The Fiend, bringing that star power to SmackDown, shaking things up. In terms of just what we're used to seeing Lesnar on the red brand, just talking. If he was to actually go over to SmackDown and actually start competing, to do big things for SmackDown, big things for Fox, big things for us as the fans, and it'll be refreshing to see. And Lesnar, put him on the blue team.
Okay, alright, fair enough. Number 2 for me, flipping out.
3 for you now.
What?
Number two.
I'm done with the third one yet. Flipping, this one's totally out there, but just because, even though she's injured, but Nia Jax to SmackDown.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
She's clean. She's pretty much like I'm not saying that nothing's really going for Raw, but I mean, just refreshing. I mean, like, cause everyone that she's feuded with everyone pretty much on Raw. She's feuded with Sasha. She's already feuded with Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Who else is there?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, sorry, babe, sorry. Dana Brooke. Alicia Fox. She's feuded with everyone there. So you got a first match in SmackDown. So I think just for that, you can face Bayley. You can face.
She's already fought Bayley too, but yeah.
Sorry. Who else is there? There's people there. I know there.
I think that the move to SmackDown would only benefit her if they let her interact with the men.
Which they've been teasing. They did tease. She squashed Dean Ambrose. Obviously, the Royal Rumble didn't go well, the
Royal Rumble, I feel like that actually put her on the map. I just feel like they should have just done something with that afterwards.
Yeah,
and Dean Ambrose, she didn't do anything.
No,
they didn't have it.
They just had a stare down.
They didn't have it, but she did squash him. She did beat him.
It just looked like they were gonna kiss
she
for some weird reason.
That's it.
It looked like they were going to kiss for some weird reason. They stood very close to each other. It looked like they were going to kiss. So I was like,
they were advertised. They were potentially going to have a match on a house show, but then they scrapped that. But what I remember was a stare down and maybe a little shove.
I thought she beat him down or something.
No.
Okay, fair enough. But that actually goes a benefit from facing the men. Yeah, just mix it up.
I agree. I think so.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not?
Especially you think of the men on SmackDown, and even if you're looking at the fact that she's so tall, and then you've got a lot of small guys on SmackDown, that could work. Wow.
And just building it off as well, because the way they've been promoting China, and she wasn't afraid to mix it up with the guys. And why not just obviously don't go as crazy as back then with the Attitude Era and stuff, but
she could legit have matches with men.
She's
not matches where she's squashing cruiserweights or some comical stuff. Remember China had matches with Jericho.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett, all them people. Yeah.
But I've been saying this, Nia Jax, there's no reason why she can't have matches because there's, other than just taking the gender apart, she's actually bigger than most of the men. When you watch No Mercy and she had her weight announced and she was 272, I believe. I think she was announced as, and it's Seth Rollins is 220 something, and that's her champion.
And they do it on purpose because they don't announce women's weights.
They don't. They say where the women's from.
When you look at it, they just say where they're from. I don't know. There's some weird things.
Weight,
yeah. But
Nia Jax actually wanted her weight to be announced and stuff. But then it's at the end of the day, if you're gonna announce that and then you're letting it known that you really are bigger than your competition.
It's always been the case.
Put her, huh?
Has that always been the case?
Yeah, they never announced women's weight.
Yeah, never. Trust me. They rarely. The only person I've heard is from with Nia Jax.
Yeah, she's the first. One of the first times.
That's so wrong. They shouldn't do that. But
if a woman is not comfortable with her weight being announced, then it doesn't really matter, does it? But in her case, it's because she was trying to put out there that she is the biggest superstar. Yeah. But then also in that case, because she is so big, I feel like it should be a thing where she should be competing with the men, and it's not even a gender thing because seeing a man, seeing them super kick her, 619 her, and then RKO her. I'm I don't feel sorry for her because she put herself in that position, and also she can take it. Whereas if I see them do that to I don't know, Zelina Vega for example, then it's oh god. Because how small she is and how tiny she is, and then she could get super.
That's why there wasn't any backlash with it because
because it's Nia Jax is someone who can take that all, you expect it kind of thing, and the fact that she threw what's his face, Mustafa Ali over the ropes and stuff, and she was giving it to them all.
Crap out of our truth.
Right.
As opposed to when the Power Trip beat up Lita.
Right, but there are a lot of women that I feel could be fighting with the men.
Jacqueline and Chavo, remember that?
Jacqueline Chavo, yeah.
But then that the writing for that or the booking for that was terrible because they always used to book Jacqueline as this woman that could fight with the men, but whenever she was in the ring with them, it's they'd flick her and she'd be and she'd be out for the count on the floor and stuff like that. But then she was always so tough, kind of thing. But then there are so many women right now. I say Charlotte should be fighting with the men. Naomi could be on 205 Live. I think that Dana Brooke. In all honesty, she's had a lot. She's thinned down a bit now, but before when she was doing her bodybuilding and stuff, she could have been fighting with the men. There's Natalia should be fighting with the men, probably on 205 as a powerhouse as well. There's just so many potentials there for intergender matches and stuff.
They should bring it back. There was talk ever since when Nia Jax was at the Rumble. There was always long-term rumblings about they're looking to bring it back and like just test it out and stuff.
Well, Impact did the main event for their anniversary.
Tessa Blanchard.
And obviously they technically
What
did
was
it.
the match?
Tessa Blanchard against Sally Callahan.
Yeah, literally.
And
And they
It's
technically
quite a
did it at Extreme Rules with Seth Rollins and Becky against Baron and Lacey, and she took it end of days. So
I was so here for that. Yeah.
you know, so they're slightly bringing it, but yeah, whether they're gonna do it fully, I don't know, but it makes sense, totally makes sense for Nia Jax, and like I said, the list of others that could definitely make him mix it up with the guys, and I think it makes sense as well because, especially if they face the guys like. I don't know if I should say it on camera, but if I don't agree with it, I'll just take it out. But like, it's like, you know, with certain women, like when they face each other, like it's not fluid. Like there's basically a lot of botches. Where like there can be sometimes they can work with a guy and they easily carry the match for them. Like they can sell well or they do moves and stuff. So I think if they did actually mix it, like do it more intergenders, then there wouldn't be that many eye rollers or that many botches in, because obviously not saying that they're better, like men are better, but I'm just like they can also like carry the match as well, and less botches and better chemistry maybe, and then do better matches.
I get
that way.
where you're coming from. I get it, but I'm still gonna say there are still a lot of guys.
100%.
Are still bad.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that that they're like flipping God's gift, but I'm just like just test it out and see what could possibly come from that. Yeah, you never know. But yeah, I digress. I may keep that, maybe not. Number 3.
Number 3. Are we on number 3?
Yes.
Yeah, now it's number 3.
Yeah, number 9. Yeah.
Okay, so choose like 2 or 3 people. Like just up the numbers.
Alright.
Wait, choose your next 3. You mean?
Yeah, like because remember.
All right, yeah.
You're
Right.
Ricochet to SmackDown. That's what 101.
Oh yeah, Ricochet SmackDown. That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Oh yeah, are we doing 2 or 5?
No.
No.
Apparently,
but it just made me think.
and besides, that's part of getting merged into NXT.
It is, yeah.
So anyone on 205 Live is exempt from this, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mr. Raw. Ember Moon back to SmackDown.
All right.
That's what I'll have.
So you said you keep.
That's 5 altogether.
That's your 5.
That's 5. You've got 5 already.
Okay. All right. What were your rhymes?
So I too would put Ricochet on SmackDown. I would put. See, I don't know if he counts. But okay, so I'm gonna say I want Andrade on SmackDown. But then, yeah, but then if you're gonna drop,
sorry.
If you're gonna drop him,
Okay,
so Andrade keep him on SmackDown, but then he's gonna bring Zelina Vega with him, so I'm cool with that. And then one kind of bold pick that I think might think, but I'm gonna say Aleister Black to Raw.
Yeah.
Even though it's gonna split out
I was
Vader
thinking
and
that as
Aleister
well,
Black, but I think put him on Raw only because it's just I don't know, he's not doing anything on SmackDown.
That's not his fault though.
Stupid.
He's got so much potential to have matches with
Knock on my door.
like with
I also think because he's more of a character with story or like a voice character and stuff, maybe that would work better on Raw because it's more
him against the
promo-based.
Fiend.
True. That's
more
the
promo
match
based.
I really wanted.
Him against the Fiend or him against the Fiend and Finn Balor. Alright. Alright. That's what I'm saying. But yeah,
Those are
very
my
good.
3. So what? So that was like Ricochet, Andrade,
And Aleister Black.
Aleister Black. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Raj?
I was honestly also thinking Aleister Black to Raw as well, because I feel that I think he's great from what I know of him from seeing him, but in terms of his status on SmackDown, hasn't been up there. Maybe that's well deserved, I don't know, but I think Raw is a potential for a fresh restart and he could actually be a main player on Raw. I'd rather him go to Raw and be a main eventer as opposed to a mid-card.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think especially if I'm looking at it logically with my picks, thinking the Fiend is on SmackDown, that could be a nice counterpart.
Yeah.
Not that they're connected because they're absolutely separate, but
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Aleister Black get a real push, maybe less talking on the mic and more fighting.
Yes.
Or just better his mic skills, I don't know. So far I've said Lesnar and Fiend on SmackDown, Aleister Black on Raw.
Yeah.
My next 2 very interesting ones. Ronda Rousey to SmackDown.
Okay.
So you're really putting all the stars on SmackDown, huh?
You know what? I'm putting stars on SmackDown, but that's not to say that there's not stars on Raw.
Yeah.
I'm mixing it up because I'm looking at it like this is a fresh start for SmackDown. This
Yeah.
is Fox. And I've always people joke and say SmackDown's the B show. I've always been a die-hard SmackDown fan. When I grew up watching WWE, I didn't have Sky Sports. SmackDown used to show on Sky One in the mornings. So I was able to watch SmackDown. I didn't watch Raw in full until WrestleMania 21. And before that, I'd never seen a full. I watched the bottom line. That's how I watched it. So I've always been a SmackDown guy, right? So as much as I've loved SmackDown, everyone still says SmackDown's the B show, and it's almost hard to blame them. Because as much as we like SmackDown, look at how the company pushed SmackDown.
Yeah, of course.
But I think that's only been a recent thing though, because when you look at SmackDown in the 2000 towards 2005 time, SmackDown was genuinely good. Like it had a monster roster.
Yeah,
and
it was genuinely good, and it was the better show.
Yeah.
But it was still pushed.
Yeah, it was marketed that
was
Raw was
always
that Vince's
was
Raw
never
is Vince's baby. It's
It was
always
come on,
Vince's
Raw
baby.
had Triple H, Goldberg. It's always like SmackDown Raw.
It's always been that.
Even though Raw even though SmackDown was better.
To us as fans, it was better.
100%. It was a wrestling show. It was even better storylines, to be fair.
Yeah.
Raw was just Triple H using Evolution to save his title for about 3 years. But Raw was just the main show, and maybe that was because of the variety that you alluded to as well. They had the Diva Search and all that stuff. You didn't really get that on SmackDown. But this, to me, now actually for the first time since I've ever started watching WWE, looks like potential for the shows to actually be equal. Regardless of the fact that Raw has an extra hour. I don't think that actually hurts SmackDown anymore. I think they could actually be equal, or SmackDown could even be better. Like legit pushed as better. So that's why I'd like to see big names on SmackDown, not just as a cheap way to build, but just it makes sense business-wise. So that's why I say Ronda Rousey, and that is also why I say John Cena.
Bro,
It was very.
He still counts.
but not. I was gonna ask if he still counts. You can tell me if he doesn't. That's fine.
I mean, I think he can still go.
He's not retired.
He's
not retired. He still comes in. So he is technically. He's just literally a free agent.
The other reason why I say Cena, apart from what I just said, is also when he actually got drafted to SmackDown a couple of years ago, it was refreshing. It was cool, and it wasn't okay. So since Roman, maybe not so much now, but the first few weeks to a few months of Roman being on SmackDown, it was the Roman show. It's really the Shane show, but Shane was attached to Roman. So whatever Roman was doing was in the main event. When Cena was on SmackDown, did you notice he was never in the main event?
His first main event was when he had the match against Randy Orton.
Or Shinsuke or something.
Yeah, Shinsuke. Yes.
But even that, it was just for SmackDown. It wasn't a feud.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the one with Randy wasn't a feud. It was just moments.
Yeah.
He was playing second fiddle to whoever the champion was or whatever the main feud was. So he doesn't even have to be the big player on SmackDown. But just having him on SmackDown, I think would be cool. So I would definitely put him and Ronda Rousey on SmackDown. Put Aleister Black on Raw and give him a real push. Along with my first picks of Lesnar and The Fiend on SmackDown, who really mix things up.
Alright, so that's your 5 for SmackDown, so now you just got Raw picks now.
Well, 4 of them were SmackDown, 1 of them was Raw.
For your picks. So for your picks, we pick 5 people.
I picked 5 people.
4 of them are SmackDown, so you got 1 more SmackDown and 4 more Raw.
So that's how it has to be. It's not just 10 picks. 5 have to be on SmackDown, 5 have to be on Raw.
No, I just said top 5 picks. Whoever, so you just
So
put
it's
them
top 5. I'm assuming it's top 5 for. Wait, top 5 in general.
Yeah.
No, he's saying just picks.
Yeah.
So for example, if all my 10 picks I wanted to go to Raw,
whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It's not 5 for Raw, 5 for SmackDown.
No. Okay. So then that's my 5 then. Yeah, Roman, Black, Banks, Andrade, and Ricochet. I can live with that.
Okay, cool.
So you said 5 people.
Yeah. He
So
said
you
5.
got 5 more, right?
No, I got 5. Yeah, he's done his 5.
No, we did our 5.
Yeah.
He's
He's done 5. He's done 5. I just done 2.
I've just.
So Nazir, what's your next 3?
So yeah. My next 3, I actually had them. Rusev to Raw.
Oh, okay. With Lana.
I don't think he needs Lana.
But then I'm just assuming that we're
Yeah.
gonna go there like a 2-peat.
Yeah.
So Rusev is
Fine. Yeah, with Lana.
Well,
Yeah.
it might be Maria now, bro.
Oh, you know about it.
I don't know what the hell is going on there. Like,
With the porn stash and everything.
yeah, lost his baby. Yeah, the baby mom.
Oh god.
And I'm looking on Insta and Lana's just doing her thing. She's just
Right.
like, Like, what do I look better, blonde or brunette? And it's just,
Right.
And she's fucking got a cleave out.
Did you notice when Rusev came back, the graphics, there was absolutely no anything called Rusev Day.
No,
It was
it's
the
scrap.
Bulgarian flag, all of that. Like
Vince hated Rusev Day. That's why he killed it. I don't know why, but he did
best
not.
thing in a long
Hate.
time.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know how it started? It was a little. He was that's
Oh,
it was
nice.
the New Day.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
mocking the New Day.
Yeah.
It's Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And then it took off.
Yeah.
But because it wasn't Vince's idea, for some reason he hated it. He tried so hard to run it down to the ground. That's why he split flipping. What was it? Aiden English.
Yeah, in English.
That's why he did that flipping thing about it. They cheat. He was almost having
Cheating,
cheating.
yeah.
It was he killed it. He hated Bruce Day. I don't know why, but that's Vince being a fucking cunt. So yeah, absolute prick. That was
Rusev to Raw.
So yeah, Rusev to Raw. I agree with Ricochet to SmackDown, because I think since if that place is gonna be a wrestling show, I think we could possibly get the Ricochet they were headed at NXT, the closest we can get to Ricochet being in NXT, because he was just fucking phenomenal.
We haven't had that yet.
No, he's watered down,
Mm-hmm.
100% watered down.
Wow, if that's watered down, I can't wait to see.
He doesn't even do a 6.
Because he's still good. Like,
Yeah,
But he doesn't do a 630 anymore. He does the code breaker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
He's
he
not
just
called the
does
recoil.
it.
Recoil.
He does
He does do the 630 now and again. Like
Still
he
does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
In fact, I was surprised that he didn't do it when he faced Mike Kanellis. That's the first time I haven't seen him do it in a while. Like,
It's
Oh,
like
really?
even Ali, he doesn't do the 054. He does a regular 450 now.
yeah. And to be fair, that might just be like trying to avoid injury.
Ever since Ali concussed Daniel Bryan, he does it now and again. Because I remember he did that and he just never did it. Just rarely does it. So it may be a safety thing. There was one time, I think Ricochet did do it but he didn't land it properly. It was a slap botch. Who did he do it on?
Yeah.
And he landed on their face, so it was really odd. And ever since then, like you said, he sporadically does it. Now he does the recoil, some modified code breaker. But I don't know. But moving on. Ricochet to SmackDown. Who did I say before? Rusev to Raw. And
You're the only one that hasn't said a woman, so go ahead.
okay, a woman. All right. Just for the hell of it, Mickie James to SmackDown.
I thought you were gonna say Mandy Rose to Raw.
Nah. I think she would just get lost in the shuffle.
She's already kind of lost in the shuffle on SmackDown too, in honesty.
That's why I think
if she wasn't in the tag team division or whatever, she.
I got a feeling they're gonna break them up. I think.
I hope they do.
I got a feeling they're gonna break them up. Unfortunately.
But I also feel that they're gonna push Mandy and not Sonya. And
Yes.
I feel that
That's
Mandy,
what-
I feel
That's
Mandy-
Vince.
Yeah, I feel they'll push Mandy. She's heel now. She's a great heel. But Trish was a great. Well, she wasn't a great heel, but when she was in TNA, she was the heel.
Yeah.
Like, heel manager. And then she eventually turned into the face of the women's division. Face, no pun intended, like actual good gal, good guy. They're gonna do that with Mandy.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the fan favorite blonde girl that you should.
Yeah. 100%.
But then they're doing that with Alexa Bliss right now and Charlotte, technically.
Alexa Bliss, I don't know if it counts because one, she's twinning, and two,
yeah.
she's in a tag team. They haven't pushed. We've seen Alexa Bliss get pushed as a heel. They haven't pushed her like that as a face yet.
True.
And she still might turn on Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
was the
still
other one
waiting
you
for
said?
that.
Who was the other one you said?
Charlotte. That's just all his
She's
name,
a
bro.
heel, man. Charlotte's just a name.
Yeah.
Not she's just a name, but first of all, she's a name. Second of all, I think she's still a hot heel right now.
Yeah.
Don't let the Bailey thing confuse you,
Yeah.
man. She's still a heel.
She's a
man.
heel. Yeah.
And she's better as a heel. Like,
She is.
yeah.